The Lykov family's tale. Back in 1936, life was tough for many in Russia. The Lykovs, a family deeply rooted in their faith, found themselves at odds with the new leaders, the Bolsheviks, who didn't like their old believer religion. The old believers were Christians who stuck to old ways of worship, ways that the government thought were outdated or wrong. Karp Lykov, the family's father, saw his brother killed by the Bolsheviks. This was the final straw. With his wife Akulina and their kids, Savin and Natalia, Karp decided they had to leave. They packed up just enough to survive, some seeds for planting, clothes, and their faith. They headed into the vast, cold Siberian wilderness. This wasn't a trip for fun, it was a run for their lives, to a place where they hoped the government wouldn't follow. Siberia, with its endless forests and harsh winters, was like another planet. They built a small, smoky cabin from whatever they could find, living off the land, growing potatoes, and hunting. Over the years, Akulina gave birth to 2 more children, Dmitri and Agafa, right there in the wilderness. The family lived like this, completely cut off from the world. They didn't know about the big wars or the new inventions like televisions or cars. Their world was small, hard, but peaceful in its own way. Life was a constant struggle. Winters were freezing, food was scarce, and their diet was so basic it made them sick. They lived like this for over 40 years, until one day in 1978 when a helicopter flying over spotted something odd. A garden. That's how they were found. The geologists who found them were amazed. Here was a family living like it was the Middle Ages, knowing nothing of the modern world. The Lykovs were scared at first, but then curious. They learned about the world outside, but chose to stay, though they did accept some help, like salt, which they had missed terribly. Sadly, contact with outsiders brought illnesses the Lykovs couldn't fight. Over time, most of the family passed away, leaving Agafa. She still lives in the wilderness, choosing the life her family started, even getting a new cabin built for her by someone who admired her story. The Lykov story is one of survival, faith, and a choice to live free from the world's changes. It's a tale that makes you think about what we really need to live and what we're willing to give up for freedom.